I feel like some jobs are meant to be watched, but not done, like the world's most dangerous jobs. So enjoy. Okay, so now this is pretty dangerous. They clearly have no support. They're getting rid of their support too. What kind of standard and practices allows you to remove 50% of the platform when you're about 400 feet suspended in the air? How do they even like leave from here? I guess they have something attached to them. No, you're getting rid of... There's no job. You can't pay me any amount of money to like willingly get rid of the platform I'm standing on when I'm that high up. They're balancing on beams. Something just tells me that humans weren't meant to do this type of job. Oh no, anything involving an elevator always scares me. What is she doing? Okay, there's no soup that's worth you risking your life to get out on a certain floor when the elevator is broken. Imagine risking your life for soup. That soup better have some Chef Tonio healing abilities if it's going to be sacred like that. I hope you guys get that reference. Okay, so this guy looks like a hippo's dentist, and if you guys aren't aware, hippos have one of the deadliest bite forces in the world. This is not a job you'd want to do. I mean, it looks like they're pretty friendly. Like, the hippo looks pretty accepting of him. I'm sure he feeds him. He's probably just like a general caretaker, but there's no way I would get near a hippo. They're also some of the most aggressive animals too, so if this guy like nicks him in the wrong place, it's GG's. It does look like a pretty cute hippo though, but they are absolutely massive. Literally that guy could fit into that hippo's mouth. You know what? This is how they get you. They lure you in because they look cute, just like bears. Do you ever see that thing on Twitter, how bears have cute ears, therefore they can't be predators? You guys are falling for the trap. Okay, I mean, anytime there's chopping wood on a Dangerous Jobs compilation, it can't end too well. Oh! I will never chop wood in my life after seeing that. He was inches away from probably losing his face. Okay, so I don't know what this sport is called. I think it might be alpine skiing, but there was a movie recently called Eddie the Eagle, and I think he did this. Okay, what, is she gonna land? What? She's flying. Oh my God, that just tore my ACL watching that. I thought she was gonna land like 5 seconds before she landed, and then she kept going. How does the human body sustain that sort of impact? I mean, I know the answer is physics, but that's ridiculous. How did we even invent that sport? Was somebody falling and then it was cool that they didn't die when they fell? So they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let's compete against each other on who cannot die from falling. Okay, imagine your job is literally harvesting rocks in a volcano. Like there's molten lava right in front of this person, completely unfazed. Literally like 3 feet from the edge, you could see the actual ripples of the lava. Aren't you afraid of splashback? Isn't this a splash zone? Like I feel like that's a mega safety hazard. I genuinely wonder what these people are being paid, because there's like a 50% chance you die. So I feel like you should be making at least like 500K from this. Okay, we have another firebender here, literally dealing with molten lava as it's coming by. He probably just has on like normal Tims too. Just another day on the job. Not much to it. Look at him. He doesn't care at all. People are actually so incredible. They're like manipulating the elements just to turn it into tin or whatever metal that turns into. I don't know what food she's chopping, but there's no way that food tastes good enough to warrant that type of precision. This goes to show how amazing humans are, because that margin of error looks less than like a millimeter. Well, now I know not to order stuff with onion because I'm putting somebody's life at risk every single time. I mean, all the fingers look intact, which is a pretty good sign considering this type of job. And that's a straight up butcher's knife too. Like, do you really need that for a vegetable? Okay, so here's a window cleaner that was so kind to film this with a GoPro. He looks like he's some good stories up. You can see it in the reflection. And he's got like the Spider-Man suction cups. Like, how important is it really to wash your windows? You don't think as a society we could just be like, let the rain do that? Like, we need somebody to risk their life being suspended by rope just to do this. This guy's an absolute baller though. He seems totally unfazed by it, and that's a really clean window. If I had the proper suspension, like 100% safety rate, I would try to do this. Wait. Okay, maybe not. All right, insect lovers, here's a beekeeper getting absolutely swarmed by bees. There's got to be at least 1,000. Even the cameraman's got some guts going into the action. That bee is like literally straight on the lens. I'd be freaking out. So what is he even doing that he has to be in this situation? Is he harvesting honey or something? I'm almost thinking I would rather be suspended in the air cleaning windows than getting swarmed by this many bees. This is pretty nightmare inducing. Oh no, so this one looks like a fighter pilot about to land on an aircraft carrier, which are pretty massive, by the way. I watched a video once and these things are pretty big. I pray that he makes it. I'm assuming he does, otherwise why would they post this? I wonder what the crash rate on that is. Wow, he barely made it too. Not much margin for error there. So this is oil well drilling. I don't know what I'm watching at, but there's no way a human should be handling this type of machinery. Like, imagine his foot got stuck in there. Even just getting like splashed with oil seems like it could be quite dangerous, like breathing in that level of petroleum. Or imagine he ingested it by accident. And there's so many chains and just high velocity spinning. I think the death rate on this job has to be like 5%. I think the US now is one of the biggest exporter of oil too, so this might be like a very popular job in like the South or something. These guys are masters. Okay, this guy is literally over like the Amazon rainforest. It's probably like 500 feet in the air, just twisting coil. You'd think there's a tool to do this. Like, it's 2022 now, right? And he still can't use a tool to properly do this. And he's doing it, he's being held by a literal rope from like BC era. So here we have a cave excursionist who's going through a glacier, which would totally trigger some claustrophobia that I don't even know if I have. What if he gets stuck? He can't go out. If anything, that glacier would absolutely crush you. And he has the presence of mind to film this and upload it to TikTok too. Okay, I guess he made it to his destination. It's a really good hide and seek spot. Okay, here's the deal. I get that every animal needs to have good dental care, but you don't think we could pass on an alligator? You don't think that nature will properly make sure that tooth gets put away? This guy's playing with fire. Look how sharp that is. Quite the dangerous job. What's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Isn't one like in salt water, the other one's in fresh water? So I don't know the lore on catching durians, but I imagine it's pretty difficult because they're spiky and heavy. Okay. That was like a legitimate cannonball to the nutsack. Okay, so this is a circus performer who's really testing out his balance here. I don't know how you get into this stuff. Like, does one day he wake up and he's like, you know what? I want to be the guy that goes on these mouse wheels and just completely balance myself in front of thousands of people while hyping up a crowd. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. He's so confident, he's like fake falling. Yeah, like this guy's crazy. F1 in the rain. I don't know how fast they go. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to hit the edge. Okay, that's like actually dangerous. Here's a different point of view, I guess. He looks like he's in full control. He gets very close to the wall. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Sergio Perez, guy's a champion. So it's bad enough to work a construction job where you're operating a crane 400 feet in the air, but it's rusty too, which means there's a pretty good chance that this falls. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at right now, but they're using like a tree branch and this guy is somehow climbing stories of a building. That should not be physically possible. Albert Einstein is turning in his grave at what he just witnessed. Okay, so now it looks like it's time to feed the alligators, which to be fair, feels like a pretty fun job. The thing is, I think alligators have really bad eyesight, so they eat raw meat and they can't really tell the difference between you and the meat that they're being offered. But I don't think they actually have malicious intent. I could be wrong, I don't live in Florida, so please correct me. I mean, she looks really happy with her job, so I don't think there's been any accidents so far. Okay, pretty big miss there. Looks like the other one's eating a lot. Do you see how he like spazzed out at the end? Is it true alligators could jump like 6 feet in the air? Wait, is this Earth? That's literally Japan and China. This person's in space. Yeah, of course this is dangerous. Pretty cool job. I mean, you're probably gonna die at some point. Well, we're all gonna die, but this is ridiculous. I don't know what he's doing. I'm guessing he's like capturing satellite images to show to the Flat Earth Society. Okay, so here's another one of those aircraft carrier videos. This pilot is dangerously close to the edge. Imagine falling off. I mean, I'm sure he could get out, but it's not guaranteed because those things are really heavy. That would probably sink pretty instantly like a torpedo. Okay, now this guy's gotta watch out. It's like they're putting themselves in these situations on purpose. Like he easily could have turned a bit earlier so that he wasn't like completely on the edge. Okay, so if you guys are confused as to what you're looking at, this is literally a missile that has been launched that's on its way somewhere, and this is the Air Force looking to intercept it. Like if North Korea launched a missile, this is what the POV would look like of somebody trying to save humanity. Well, I hope your heart rate's not as high as mine is, and if you'd like to see some of the fastest workers at their jobs, you could click right here.